Hello everyone, and let's talk about how the recent efforts to end federal telework will bleed taxpayers dry. Now, you might have heard about President Donald Trump's recent executive order ending telework, and Senator Jody Ernst and Elon Musk from the Department of Government Efficiency Committee are really amplifying the call to end telework. So, for example, Senator Jody Ernst claims that only 6% of federal workers work in person full-time. There was also a recent congressional hearing by Republicans in Congress that critiqued telework as wasteful, inefficient, and so on. That perspective really doesn't match the evidence. For example, the Office of Management and Budget reports that over half of federal jobs require in-person presence and full-time in-person presence. That's what I mean, full-time in-person presence. Of the rest, under half, 61% of people who are eligible for telework work their hours in the office. 61% of people who work in a hybrid modality in the federal setting work inside the office. So that's more than 3 out of 5 days per week are worked inside the office. Federal employees also return to offices faster than private sector peers. This is something that we just need to realize. That's the facts. And we also see high productivity boosts. So, for example, the Social Security Administration reports a 6% productivity boost from people who are working in a telework setting rather than in-person setting. Now, there are concerns about office space. What's happening there is office space being poorly used. Some critics from Republicans are saying, well, we need to use our office space for federal workers, so let's get them into the office. However, the General Service Administration estimates that optimizing office space for telework could save over $1 billion annually for us as taxpayers. I don't know about you, but I don't want to add $1 billion to the federal budget deficit. Maybe you want, but that's not something that I want to do. Selling vacant office buildings, so this is just optimizing. Also, we can sell vacant office buildings. That could generate billions more from one-time billions, not per year, but one-time many billions in taxpayer savings. So telework, of course, allows us to reduce real estate footprints, whereas forcing in-office work, as President Donald Trump wants to do, is going to drive up real estate expenses. Moreover, telework enhances recruitment, retention, and satisfaction. So the government accountability offices finds that telework broadens the talent pool and reduces talent turnover. It helps reduce skilled staff for important positions where the government has trouble hiring, like in IT and other areas. Telework helps modernize government for modern needs, whereas forcing a return to office would prompt massive disruption and resignations, people leaving for the private sector where they can find many more opportunities for telework. Agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and so on are relying on specialized, hard-to-replace expertise. And there will be delays in processing benefits, disaster response, regulations. Businesses will be harmed by permitting approvals taking much longer. There's going to be a lot of hassle with federal oversight being disrupted. So the costs to rebuild capacity after worker exodus would far outweigh any quote-unquote savings. In other words, the attacks on telework are based on ideology rather than evidence. So ending telework would bleed us as taxpayers dry. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Wise Decision Maker Show. Please subscribe wherever you checked out the show and leave a review. It helps other people discover the show and it helps us improve the show. And if you have any questions, please email me at Gleb, Gleb, at disasteravoidanceexperts.com.